Hey everyone, this is Michael with a general reading intended for Aries Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the month of August 2020. I do hope that this video finds you well and in good spirits. I have all of my links down below. I have a link for the astrological forecast for the next month, which I will be referencing throughout this reading, but I do really recommend that you take a look at that if you're more interested in a comprehensive, collective look at what we might be facing together. It's a great way to learn astrology as well. I check in with my own blog throughout the month just to kind of track the transits and aspects that are happening each day. And I will warn you that August and the next few months are going to be a little bit intense. I don't think that's a surprise to anybody, but I also just like to give that fair warning, just in case someone is feeling a little disempowered or a little anxious. It might not be a good time to really look into the month ahead until you're feeling a little more centered. I don't even necessarily know if this is so much for August, but really for the rest of the year. I think it's important to be really honest so we can kind of be prepared and figure out what we can do in response to everything that is happening. I think it's just important to be in the know. I do also have links for personal readings and Reiki sessions for those of you who want some help in your own life, as well as links to all of my social media accounts where I post giveaways, announcements. I also do random cards every once in a while, usually around the new and full moon if I do those. So lots of things to follow me on and stay on my radar here. I am curious to see what we have in store for you this month, Aries, so I am going to start shuffling for you now. As I'm doing that, I do just want to give the friendly reminder that this is a general reading, meaning not all the messages that come forward are going to be meant for you specifically. Nothing went wrong if this doesn't resonate, but if you would like to look at your moon, rising, or Venus signs, there may be messages for you there. And if you don't remember what those are, or you don't know what I'm talking about, I do have a natal chart calculator down below in the description box that should be able to help you out. So what are the messages for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the month of August? What are the messages for Aries? There we go. So I feel like someone in your life is having a hard time accepting help. And this could actually be you, because I did pull the 3 of Pentacles and then the 4 of Cups here, and also the Daughter of Pentacles as well. When this 3 of Pentacles came out, it did come out in kind of a reverse position. I don't ordinarily read reversals with this deck, but it made me feel like, people aren't really working together, people aren't coming together. And then I saw this 4 of Cups. It's like people aren't working well together. Someone is refusing to accept some help here, or maybe just refusing to have a conversation that needs to be had. It might be hard to see eye to eye with people at the start of the month. And I do see this Daughter of Pentacles, and to be honest, the way that I'm sort of feeling this out, it's almost like activating an ego wound. And that's going to be a big theme for the month of August, especially when we're in Leo season here. There may be people who are acting or reacting in a way to kind of protect themselves from their own insecurities, and they might lash out on other people. I don't necessarily see that in this situation, but someone is turning someone away. I actually kind of want to get a better idea of what is going on here. You might also not be accepting someone's help because it almost feels like, how to put this? It's almost like you don't want their help or work with them because of what's happened in the past. Between the two of you, you just don't mesh well together, and it's almost like working together would be out of necessity. This could be with family members as well, or friends. It doesn't have to be with, work specifically. Could even be with a romantic partner. Let's clarify this a little more here. So we do have the Three of Cups. This could be involving your friend circle. Or again, people close to you. People from your flock. Interesting. You do have the Seven of Pentacles with the Nine of Cups. There really is this overall sense of maybe not being satisfied with where your life is this month. Because I'm seeing the Seven of Pentacles come out specifically with this Four of Cups here. You may have made some progress in your life, but you're kind of looking at things and it doesn't feel quite right to you. You might be shunning it a little bit. And maybe even doubting your own ability here as this Daughter of Pentacles. But the Nine of Cups is telling me that it's important for you to keep working towards your happiness. And maybe even seeing the blessings that have already come through for you, even if you've kind of put them beneath you a little bit. That's interesting. You've come farther than I think you've realized, and maybe that's part of the reason you're afraid to ask for help. And if this is a relationship, you might need to reach out to other people, but you're afraid to do that because you're afraid that they might judge you or judge your relationship. I could potentially see that. But I feel like it would still be useful for you to do that, to talk to someone. Let's pull an animal card here. What is the animal wisdom for Aries? And there may be some strain in your friendship circle or some change that's happening because we do have that full moon, or had that full moon at the start of August in Aquarius. And over the next few weeks, you might be really experiencing a lot of changes. Or really the next couple of weeks, I should say. There could be changes in your friendship circle. We do also have Uranus that is going to be going retrograde right at the middle of the month. And that's going to be in Taurus. Which is interesting because that's about your value. It's about your money. There is this thing with your finances not feeling good enough. But honestly, Aries, I think, at least for some of you, general reading, okay, not going to apply to everybody, but for some of you, I think your expectations are a bit high right now, and especially for the reality that we're living in, it might actually be working against you. Instead of it giving you something to work towards, you're using it to put yourself down. Or whatever this stability or security looks like for you, you're comparing yourself to where that should be, and it might not be a match to the circumstance you're in right now. Some of you may actually be out of work. That could even be what that Three of Pentacles in that sort of reverse energy was describing. And someone might also be I guess for some of you, someone could be holding back. It's not so much that you're afraid to ask for help, but they're not giving it to you. No, I feel like it's still more... There's definitely an insecurity in you, and that's what's coming up as important. This is your reading, ultimately. And as the animal wisdom, we have the swan. which is needing to take some time to reflect and really look at yourself. And you may be thinking the thoughts or things you think other people are thinking or saying relative to you may just be a reflection of what you're thinking about yourself. Because I really feel like you're kind of your own worst critic here, actually. And there are people around you who want to support you, or there are people trying to come in who want to support you, or would be supportive. I almost want to say it's like you're putting them beneath you in a way. Or it just doesn't feel like it's aligned, but I think it's important for you to kind of be open. Also, writing is something that's important here with this swan. And it is important for you to meditate and reflect as well. But there's kind of this territorialness, this guardedness, where it's like you don't want to be seen. Okay, let's look at the second half of August here. Where is all of this going? I think some of you need to take an honest look at yourself, and I know a phrase like that can be harsh or even sound scary. I actually feel like if you did that, it wouldn't scare you as much to really see yourself as you think it would. So we have the Seven of Swords with the Ace of Wands and the Four of Wands. So this is really, really nice. And, you know, overall, there's actually a lot of energy that's going to be available for you this month, Aries, because we are in Leo season, which is trining your energy. We have Mars in your sign as well. It is in that pre-shadow phase, however, so the energy is slowing down a little bit, but I think you're actually getting some sort of spark, some sort of passionate beginning for you towards the end of August, and you even are building something with it here with this Four of Wands. There's something that you're celebrating. But then there's this Seven of Swords. Tell me more about the Seven of Swords. It's almost like you're afraid to show this thing that you're working on with someone, and maybe that's why you're afraid to ask for help. There's something very personal going on in your life that you're going to be really making strides in this month, but you're very reticent to share it with people. I do feel like it's still important for you to talk to somebody about it, or talk to somebody about what's going on, or maybe your struggles with building something or creating something. And again, this could be a relationship too. But I'm almost getting a little bit of a jealousy energy with this Seven of Swords by the end of the month. Someone who's feeling very judgmental of you with the Mother of Swords. Could be a Libra individual, or Gemini, or Aquarius. I also want to say Virgo energy as well. Kind of reminds me of Virgo energy. Ooh. Interesting. It's almost like with you trying to hide something, Aries, this person's gonna notice it anyway. Like, if you're the one sort of sneaking around here, it's gonna be spotted, you're gonna see it, or you're gonna see somebody else in your life doing this pretty quickly. Let's pull an animal card here. It looks good overall, though. Why are you so concerned with like what other people think? You might not even realize that you're doing this either. A lot of your behaviors or expectations of yourself have more to do with other people, and then also what you're thinking other people are judging or perceiving from you is actually how you're judging and perceiving yourself. There's like this role confusion that's going on here. The lion. Yeah, this kind of does speak to this. Again, it's really important for you to meditate and for you to really keep checking in with yourself. You're confusing yourself with another person, and that's actually quite unusual for you, Aries. But I think with all of this ego stuff coming up this month, it's a great month to boost your confidence and self-esteem if that's something that you struggle with. It can also really make you aware of your insecurities. And it can also cause people to lash out or react or maybe be a bit judgmental here. But I feel like with this lion, pride is really important. And not just necessarily in a vain way, but being proud of yourself. And finding these people, finding this Three of Cups. Lions literally travel in a pride, or live in a pride. They live together. And that unhealthy pride that we talk about kind of as that sin, I actually mentioned that in my blog briefly, that's ultimately a mask for a lack of self-worth, you know? So really just be, I feel like you're spending a lot of time thinking about pride and self-worth. There's also this creativity and passion for you this month, which all makes sense being in Leo season. And you are building something in Virgo season. So either towards the end of August or even into September, you're going to be building something or working on a project, or perhaps even building up a relationship. But this feels pretty personal, honestly. This feels very much like it's about you and your life right now. And you might be making it about other people, or you might be internalizing other people's stuff, the things they're saying to you. Again, there's like a lack of boundary here, and I think that's why you need to spend quite a bit of time by yourself, but then also around people who are going to be reflecting back at you. So I wouldn't let this identity confusion sully whatever this blessing is, because you have the Nine of Cups here. You have so much coming in, and it feels very beautiful, and you're almost judging it as not enough, and I think you're the only one doing that. So you're being very, very hard on yourself, Aries. I do hope that this reading was helpful for all of you. Make sure to hit like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below what's going on in your life, what you're kind of struggling with, what this ego wound is for you. I do have all of my links for personal readings and Reiki sessions down below, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care, Aries.